Hi everyone, welcome back to Perich Podcast. In this session, we are going to discuss about Tata Motors. Recently, I was going through the annual report of Tata Motors, and in that, I came across a few terms called holding company, subsidiaries, joint ventures, and associate companies. And I came across a chart describing all this. So we'll have a detailed explanation about that in this video.
First, you see what is holding companies. Here, Berkshire Hathaway is a holding company, where the company really doesn't do anything, but it's invested in other companies.
Okay.
So when you buy that company, you're buying its investment in those other companies. So that's sort of holding companies. So it holds investments in others. Subsidiary is, it's a what you call a small unit of a larger company. So it's controlled by another company, where the parent company usually has 50% or more ownership.
Okay.
Right? You can have 50%, even 100% ownership, but usually you should at least have 50% ownership, then we consider a subsidiary. There are many companies which are like that, which are subsidiaries of one another. Bajaj has companies like that, which you know about. Then associate companies. Associate company is the same as subsidiary, but the stake is a minority stake. It's like less than 50%. Anywhere between 20 to 50% is considered an associate company. So that's also possible. There are many companies which you can look into, which have associate ownership. In Tata Group itself, you can see. The last one is called joint venture, which you're talking about. That is, two companies join together and they create a third company where they both are invested and they both own this new company and they work on this.
Okay.
In joint venture, you have another one which is known as joint operations, which is what you saw in Tata Motors. Joint operations for a specific project. So let's say they're building a factory or they're building a construction site.
Okay.
So they join just for that project alone. It's a joint operation. So they're working together. They share the equipment, they share the workload, they share the workers' salary and things like that, and they work together to achieve that operation goal. There is no company per se. The two companies are working together to achieve operation success.
Okay.
So these are the 5 broad things which you saw.
And I came across a chart. It explained the subsidiaries, affiliates, and joint ventures. So it was kind of confusing. There are more leading lines, and it is directing to other companies also.
Let me open this. Yeah. Okay. So there. This is all what Tata Motors. So they have subsidiaries, which I told you, which is they own 50% more. Affiliates are companies they work together with. Okay.
So it is less than 50%.
Yeah, less than 50. It could be less than, or they could also just be having an agreement to work together.
Yeah.
Okay, and share profits. And joint arrangement, we spoke of both joint venture and joint operation. Subsidiaries, if you see, they have many, which are 50% owned or more by Tatas.
Yeah.
So there you have TML Business Services, Tata Motor Insurance, Brokering Advisory, Tata Motor Passenger Vehicles, and tells you how much ownership they have. Tata Motors has 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, all 100%. Right? One even starts dipping is in Thailand, it's 97. Then Tata Daewoo, commercial vehicles, that's also 100.
Yeah.
South Africa, Tata Motors is 60%. Indonesia is 100%. Tata Precision Industries in Singapore is 78%.
Yeah, Tata Technologies is also there.
Yeah, that is only 74%. And it has 11 subsidiaries that itself. So the subsidiary company with more subsidiaries below that.
So that is a subsidiary for Tata Technologies.
Correct. And they're trying to show like TMF Holdings, right? And it's two subsidiaries, and it has a joint agreement with this company over here.
Loginomic Tech Solutions.
Yeah. So it's a joint venture. This company and Loginomic have created another company which is a joint venture. Same way over here. These are joint ventures. And this joint venture, if you go back, it goes back to Jaguar Land Rover, which is owned by Tata Motors. So this is a 100% subsidiary, and it has a joint agreement with this. Okay? The joint venture. And these have joint operations. So you can see how complicated this whole thing is.
Yeah. I remember you saying that first time I bought Tata Motors for analyzing the financial statement, you said that it is a complex company to analyze, so you will not understand.
Correct. So if you brought this and now you look at consolidated statement, this is all inside its family.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're looking at a family's net worth, and the first family you choose like the the royal family of Bhutan. They like imagine how many brothers, how many uncles, how many cousins, each one, it's like you won't even look at the family tree. That's how Tata Motors would be. That's why I said pick something simple, right?
I understood.
So this is the reason I said. So this gives you an idea on how it's structured. And there's no rules like you're only allowed so many subsidiaries or so many in joint agreement. You can have multiple. And Tata Motors is a very old company.
Yeah.
And it's very large and it's spread completely across the globe. So you can imagine now when you're saying when is a commercial separation, passenger separation, this gives you an idea on how complicated this is to separate. Because Tata Cummins would come under commercial. It will not be passenger. But Fiat...
So these many companies have to be categorized either into commercial or...
Depending on operations. Like Fiat India Automobiles looks like a passenger, but you have to see what is the operation they're doing and what is it tied up with and how will it be separated.
Okay.
And when the separation happens, how is the ownership going to be split? Like we see so many 100% owned by Tata Motors. So all these will become, both companies will have to own.
Yeah.
So do you pass this over to that one fully and they take this in exchange? So all this has to be discussed with the Tata board. They will talk. Then they'll have to put it all on a piece of document, send it to all the investors and tell the investors to read it, digest it and vote, saying this is okay for you guys. So you can imagine what a long drawn out process this is. So this is why it's not something, though it sounds very nice, like it's done ABCD split. So you can imagine this is Tata Motors.
Complexity of the company.
Correct. So now you take something like ITC now. ITC's hotel is a unit of ITC. So we do not know what subsidiaries are there, joint ventures are there within ITC and ITC hotels and together what they've signed up with across the globe. So when you look at it like this, you'll understand why it's so complicated. Yes, they decide to do it, but how long it will take, your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, we're waiting for that.
Correct. So I hope this gives you some clarity on the different kinds of companies.
So I hope that this video was informative and you had some knowledge about the subsidiaries, joint ventures of Tata Motors. So if you found this video useful, please share it with your friends whom you think it will be helpful for them. And please subscribe to this channel for more kind of videos. See you in another episode with an interesting topic. Thanks for watching the video.
Thank you.